The Sage ERP Accpac portal, introduced in version 6.0, includes an inquiry tool that you can use to easily retrieve information and create and save ad hoc reports. In this tutorial, we'll take a look at how it works, so let's jump right in and get started. We'll begin by clicking our desktop shortcut to open the portal. Here we'll enter our password, and notice that since we're going to log in to the sample company database, our session date will be June 30th, 2020. And now we'll click Sign In. To launch the inquiry tool, we'll go up to the menu bar and hit Inquiry. You can begin your inquiries using the provided templates for Accounts Receivable, Accounts Payable, and General Ledger. As you'll see in a few moments, you can customize your own inquiries based on these templates and save them for reuse. When you do this, they'll appear on the Save tab here. So now let's go back to the Templates tab and look at the AR Customers and Transactions template. Here we have the option for customer documents in customer currency or functional currency. Differences in the results of these choices would only occur if you're using Sage ERP Accpac in a multi-currency environment. In this case, we'll select the functional currency option. The initial state of this inquiry displays all customers and all of their transactions. We can filter these results by applying criteria to the query. Let's do that by scrolling back up to the Filter panel. For our example query, let's suppose that we want to see all of the invoices for the current year, and we want to restrict this to just our customers that belong to our trade account set. So let's now set the criteria for this query. For the first filter, let's select Document Type, Includes, and here we want only invoices, so we'll clear Select All and put a check on Invoice. For our second filter, we'll select Document Date, and we'll open the operator list so you can see the options here, and we'll select Year to Date, and remember that we logged in with the session date of June 30th, 2020. Now we need to add one more filter for the customer account set, so we'll click the Add a Filter button. And from the list, we'll choose Customer Account Set. And the operator should be Is, and we'll select Trade. Now let's hit Submit, and below you can see the results with our filters applied. To see more of the results, we can minimize the filter panel by hitting the toggle button. And now let's scroll across so you can see all of the columns. Now let's do some customization of the results by hitting the Customize button. Here we can add, remove, and change the order of columns on the results grid. Let's remove Customer Currency, move Customer Account Set below Amount Due, and move Document Total up next to Customer Name. And when we click OK, you can see that our changes have been applied. Now let's take a closer look at the results grid. We can sort on any column by clicking its header, and toggle back and forth between ascending and descending. And notice that a triangle icon appears when we hover over a column. Clicking this allows us to group by the field and show summaries. Let's go ahead and group the results by customer name, and since we have auto refresh enabled, the grid updates automatically. It would now be useful to show a subtotal by customer, which we can do by opening the menu on Document Totals, and we'll enable Show Summaries. As you can see, it now gives us the minimum, maximum, count, subtotal, and average for each customer. Let's go back to the Show Summaries menu and just show the subtotal. Notice that we can only deselect one parameter at a time because auto refresh closes the menu. So if you're going to edit more than one item here, it's best to first disable auto refresh, which we'll do here. Now when we reopen the menu and deselect multiple items, the menu remains open until we're finished with our edits. And now when we manually refresh the grid, it shows only the subtotal for each company. Note that when you enable Show Summaries, a grand total row is added at the bottom of the grid. If you want it to remain visible when you're scrolling through the grid, then enable the Show Grand Totals pane checkbox, hit Refresh, and now you can see that as we scroll up and down, it remains visible. We can also print or export